Good Friday morning, book friends. I'm Allie, and it is time for another weekend reading vlog. I am very tired right now. I was up a lot of the night with my youngest son. He has nightmares sometimes, but I might not be the most coherent, and if I'm not, I apologize. My brain feels very foggy this morning. I have coffee, but it hasn't really kicked in yet, so I'm just waiting for that to happen. So over the course of this week, since I stopped vlogging, I finished Truly Devious. It didn't take me long. That book was so good. I gave it 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. I loved Stevie. I wish that I'd had that story whenever I was in high school or even younger, because I used to love mystery novels, and the main character, Stevie, is super into solving mysteries and cold cases and things of that nature, and so she likes to think of herself as being an FBI agent or a detective when she gets older. And I think at one point she even thinks about talking to people who've been through traumatic events so that she can help them work through it, so that they are able to talk about a case. And that's super cool. She's a super cool character, and I absolutely loved her in general. I loved following her. So I think I may have already told you guys the premise of the book, but she was at Ellingham Academy, which is a private school, and she got accepted because she was so interested in a cold case that had happened at that location with the owner of the property back in the 30s. And so she's wanting to solve that mystery, and she starts trying to make headway with that, and another mystery happens on campus and she gets wrapped up in that situation. And just the whole story, it's set in the mountains. It's actually set coming into the fall season, and just all of it, the atmosphere is perfect for fall. It is the perfect murder mystery, as well as just a mystery in general, because she's trying to solve this old cold case too. Just all of it together. I loved it so much, and I don't think that everybody's gonna like this because it's YA, and it does read kind of on the younger side of YA, but at the same time the story was just so engrossing. I just couldn't put it down once I picked it up, because I enjoyed it so much that that was all that I wanted to read. I highly recommend that book if you enjoy murder mysteries, if you enjoy mysteries at all, if you just enjoy a school setting in a book with characters that are just really unique. All the characters that are talked about are super unique, and honestly, I think that it's super well written. I know that not everybody's going to feel that way, but that's how I feel, and I had to immediately start the second book, which is The Vanishing Stair. I actually had to wrap up a couple other books over the week, so I didn't start this one until today, but I'm already over 50 pages into this book, and I just started it when I got up this morning. I'm so excited to be back with these characters and to see, because the last book kind of leaves on a cliffhanger, so I'm excited to see what's going on and how the story is going to continue. And I just am so happy we're actually in the fall season in this book, and she's talking about pumpkins and the smell of fall and the leaves that are on the ground and all this stuff. So it's just got the perfect atmosphere for what I wish that the season was here right now. I am really enjoying this. This is not my main focus of this reading vlog, but I am reading this one, so I will be picking it up at some point again this weekend. It's just so good. I just love it. I've decided that I wanted to go with another theme this week, and I want to do a vampire theme. And this is largely based on the fact that I did get an audiobook that I've been waiting on for a while, but I also have the physical copy. And that would be The Pallbearers Club by Paul Tremblay. And I have read another Paul Tremblay book, Head Full of Ghosts. I loved it. I think that it was so excellently done. It's very creepy. It's got definite horror elements to it. So just know that if you decide to read it. But this one is supposed to be like a memoir that is written by somebody called Art Barbara, and it's written about the days that he was in high school, and it's set in the 80s, and it's supposed to be about like him and his best friend. And I don't know what the vampire elements are with his best friend. Since this is written as a memoir, it's written in the way that Art Barbara is talking about what happened with his life, and then his friend cuts in and writes her take on what he's written in the margins, and then writes notes at the ends of the chapters. And I have heard that whenever you read it, that if you pair it with the audiobook, that it makes it even better. So I just got the audiobook. I've had the actual physical copy for a couple weeks now. I've been really excited to read it, but I wanted to pair it together because I've heard that it just kind of adds another element to it. So I'm going to start this one today, and I'm really excited about it. It kind of makes me think of Grady Hendrix's book, My Best Friend's Exorcism, just in the fact that it's set in the 80s, it's about two best friends, and it's probably going to be one of those that's just like a slow build of what's going on at the time, and I'm okay with that because I really enjoy stories that do that and do it well, and Paul Tremblay's writing is really good and just works for me in general. Sorry if my lighting isn't the best. The sun's coming in at a weird angle and it's causing all these shadows. There, I think that's a little bit better. Okay, the second book that I would like to pair with that one is a book that I've been wanting to read since it got released, but I just haven't done it yet. And that's Certain Dark Things by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I absolutely love Silvia Moreno Garcia. I think that she is also an excellent writer, and this follows vampires. I think this is supposed to be pretty action-packed. It is a noir style book, which is a difficult genre to explain because it has elements of like sci-fi and horror, and I think that it's supposed to have elements of like romance and mystery, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I just know that it's a genre that a lot of people don't really write in. This is supposed to be about a person who gets involved with like a group of vampires or something or other, and they're trying to like flee the city. So I don't have a whole lot of information on this book, and I would rather keep it that way, and I'll just update you guys as I know more. So as of right now, these are the plans for the weekend, as well as a little bit of the Vanishing Stair here and there, and I will update you guys as soon as I have more to talk about. Hi, I'm back. So I thought I would do a quick update with you guys before I head out to do other things. I did look up the definition of a noir for a book genre, because I know it's a movie genre also, and I was completely wrong on what I thought that it was. So let me update you on the correct definition. It says it's taken from the French word meaning darkness or of the night. Noir is a category of modern crime fiction used for fiction of crime and detection, often a grim urban setting featuring petty immoral criminals and other down-and-out characters, and permeated by a feeling of disillusionment, pessimism, and despair. That in relation to Certain Dark Things. I read 20 pages of this. We're following Domingo, who is a trash collector, and I think in the sense of this word, he is more so impoverished and scavenges through trash to try to make money, as opposed to actually like going around and collecting trash intentionally. I'm not quite sure if that's the case, but that's what it seems like to me. He really enjoys people watching, and he often does this in the subways. He's only 17, and he sees a girl in the subways that he has seen a few other times, and she actually talks to him this time, and she has this like very hip vibe. She's got like short cropped off black hair, and she has like a Doberman that apparently in this setting you can get neon glowing tattoos, and her dog is glowed with like neon tattoos, I guess, kind of like on the cover there. The girl's name is Adel, from the Aztec language, and it means water or like running water. She asks him to be her friend, and he goes with her. And the vibe that I get from this story so far, funny enough, is Scott Pilgrim. I love Scott Pilgrim, and just the way that Domingo is, and the girl who is some type of like vampire but also a bird. It hasn't gone into detail yet about that, but she has a very Ramona Flowers vibe. And to me, he seems very Scott Pilgrim. And so far, with him going to like her apartment, that is the vibe that I have gotten from this. There isn't much more to say right now. I'm only 20 pages in. I just wanted to update you guys, and I'll let you guys know whenever I read more. Hey guys, it is significantly later in the afternoon, and I have decided to DNF this book. I read 100 pages, and it's just not for me. It's not for me. It is largely talking about the vampire clans. There are a lot of Spanish words in the story, words and names, and that makes it very confusing for me because I don't always follow what's being talked about. And then on top of that, there are like different vampire clans, and the different vampire clans all have different types of vampires that do different things, like they feed in different ways, and they can, like, I don't know, transform their bodies in different ways, just all different stuff. But it's mostly following like drug cartels. Like, these vampire clans are like drug cartels, and it talks about like the movement of drugs, and it talks about like certain clans not getting along with other clans, and like gang movements, and like the underworld of Mexico that's supposed to be super gritty, I think set in like the 50s. And honestly, it's just not my thing. I don't enjoy reading about drug cartels. I don't enjoy reading about like underground movements of like just the slum lords and stuff like that, of like inner city workings of like a really dirty, terrible city. I understand the appeal of this book. I think that the vampires are really cool. It's like a really neat take on vampire lore and legend. But for me, I just can't get into it. I'm really struggling with it, and I was feeling really bored a lot of the time because I've heard other people say that it's super action-packed, but for me, there was nothing going on. It was just kind of a slow pace. We're just kind of following each chapter is like a different character. We're just following their perspective. One of the characters is the main girl, this vampire, and her dog. And apparently this revolves around her. Everybody's trying to find her for some reason. And some drug cartel has killed her mother and her sister, who were also a part of a cartel who was moving drugs up north, and things got bad. And so now she's on the run for some reason, and there's another vampire clan who's searching for her, so we follow her perspective. And then this human boy who takes a liking to her and wants to be her friend, whose name is Domingo. And then we also follow a detective who is just kind of following some murder cases of vampires and ends up kind of on her trail for some reason. It's not like clearly specified like why they are trying to hunt her. And then there's another perspective of like this bounty hunter type character who is working with the clan that's trying to find her. And then there is the son of the clan, or the gang boss, who's working with the bounty hunter. So there's like 5 different perspectives. I think that was 5. And it's not confusing, like it's easy to follow which character is which, but I just don't care. I just don't care. I don't care about any of it. And I want to. I really want to. I really love her writing, but I just can't get into this one. And that's okay. I think that a lot of people already really like it, and a lot of people will really like it if they get into it. But unfortunately, I'm just going to have to pass on this one for now. I'm probably going to read a little bit of the Pallbearers Club right now, while I have a little time, because I wanted to physically read it while I listen to it. And I'm going to try to find another book to read with it, since this one is just not really vibing with me. I have a couple things taken off my shelves, but I don't know if I want to read them. I think I'm going to read a chapter of those books and see how I feel about them. I'm not even going to mention them right now because there's a very good possibility that I'll read a chapter and just be like, nope. So I will do that, and I'll check back in later and let you guys know how the Pallbearers Club is going and what I decide to pick up instead of this one. I'll talk to you guys later. Hey friends, I'm back again, and I guess this vlog is taking a turn. I started reading the Pallbearers Club, and I love it. I love the writing. I think that it's going to be a really good book. I read 2 chapters of it. I'm just not feeling it right now. I think that I'm really tired today, which I've already mentioned, and I just am having a hard time really connecting with it, and I don't want to be that way. I really want to connect with this book more. I think whenever I've had more sleep and I feel a little bit better that it'll be a different story, because I'm loving this so far. I'm just not feeling it. I think that my mood is just not in line with this right now. So I'm going to put this down. This is temporary. I'm not DNFing this. I'm just putting it down for a little bit because I'm just not feeling it. And I'm going to change directions. I think I'm going to try to focus on reading The Vanishing Stair because I was really enjoying that this morning. And I'm going to find something to read with that. I don't know what yet. I have one book that I've pulled off my shelf that I'm thinking about reading, and then some other books that I've been looking at that I've been thinking about reading. I don't know if I want to read middle grade right now, but I kind of do. So I'm just going to kind of look around on my shelves and see what I have that needs to be read, basically, and what I have that, I don't know, I'm feeling, I guess. Maybe another YA book. I'm not sure. I'm going to take a look around my shelves and shop them for a minute and see what I can figure out, and I will get back with you guys. Good morning, friends. It's Saturday, and I guess this vlog has just completely taken a turn to go a different direction. I have put down all the vampire books, and I've just, well, both of the vampire books, and I have decided that I am going to really focus on The Vanishing Stair because I'm loving it, and I'm just in like a middle grade and YA mood, and I feel like this one is just really captivating, and I don't really want to put it down, to be honest with you. So I suppose it's like I'm starting the vlog over. I read yesterday 88 pages of this, and today I am going with my best friend to Krispy Kreme to try their new fall donuts, and we are probably going to go book shopping because that's what we do, and I don't know if we're going to do anything else. We might, but I'm going to try to get some reading in this afternoon. I have to go to a birthday party this afternoon for my little brother, and we're probably going to go swimming and do some stuff like that, but I'm hoping that this afternoon when we're hanging out I can just sit and read for a little while. That's the plan, at least. I don't know if it'll go that way, but that's my plan. So I'm going to try to at least get 100 pages of this today and get to the 200 page mark, because this book has 371 pages, which is not that bad. I can definitely knock this out this weekend. And I have also picked up The Mystery of Black Hollow Lane by Julia Noble. This is a middle grade book, and what I have heard about it is that it is like dark academia but for middle grade, and that is the vibe that I'm looking for right now. The main character, Emmy, has to go to this boarding school in England, and she apparently like starts finding out these secrets and stuff like that. That's all I know about it. I was trying to kind of go into this one without knowing too much because I've heard really great things about it, and I'm really excited to be reading it. So as of right now, these are the 2 books that I'm going to be reading for the rest of the weekend. I have already read 25 pages of this morning, and so far I really enjoy the writing. Like where I'm at, she's just now got to the boarding school, and I guess we'll kind of see where it takes off from there. Alright guys, I'm going to take a little bit of time this morning. It's pretty early right now. It's not even 8:30. I'm going to take a little time to just kind of chill and do a little bit of reading while I have time. And I'm going to go meet up with my best friend in a little while, and we'll go from there. Good morning friends, it's Sunday. I did not update again yesterday. I completely meant to. I was going to get some footage of the boys and Lily going swimming, but I didn't have time. I completely forgot about my camera and I was so on the go yesterday. I had car trouble, had to work on my car. Just all kinds of stuff happened yesterday. My friend and I did go shopping. We went to get some pumpkin spice donuts. Well, they were pumpkin donuts, pumpkin spice donuts. It was different ones from Krispy Kreme. If you're interested in their pumpkin flavors, then you should go check out Krispy Kreme right now because they are really good. My favorite was the pumpkin cheesecake donut. Wonderful. Absolutely delicious. Okay, so I am going to show you guys what I got yesterday whenever we went shopping, and also talk about what I read, which was not a lot because yesterday was kind of crazy. Okay, the first thing that I picked out, we went to Books A Million, was Not Good for Maidens. This is by Tori, I think it's Bovolino, I'm not sure how you pronounce this, but this author also wrote The Devil Makes Three, and I read that one last year and I absolutely loved it. It is so good. If you haven't read it, you should check it out if you like creepy books. It has like demon possession and a haunted library, and just, it scared me. It actually legitimately scared me, and I had a great time reading it. I will say that there are some parts that the pacing is a bit strange in it, so if you do pick it up, just be aware of that. But it's a really, really good book, especially going into like the fall and spooky season. But I am very excited for this one, since it is by the same author. This is based on The Goblin Market, the poem, and I actually read that last year too. And the poem is really neat. It's really short, and you can get it for free on Kindle. If you haven't read it, you should check it out. It's pretty cool. But this is some type of retelling of that, and honestly, I've heard that the atmosphere of this is really good. And that's kind of the same thing with The Devil Makes Three. The atmosphere was really good, but there wasn't really a plot, and I think that's how this one is too. So I'm super excited to pick this up. I'll probably wait until closer to Halloween. I just couldn't resist picking up a copy of it. I've actually been excited since it came out. The second book that I picked up yesterday, I actually got because my best friend got a copy of it and told me about it, and then I realized that I also wanted to read it. It's How to Survive Your Murder, and it's by Danielle Valentine. I believe she and I looked it up while we were hanging out, and I believe that this is the same author that was Danielle Vega. And the author, I think, got married, so her name is now Valentine. But this follows a girl who, her sister dies on Halloween in a corn maze. She's the sole witness to what happened, and the day that she goes up on the stand, or that she's supposed to go up on the stand, a Sidney Prescott lookalike knocks her out in the bathroom, and she travels back a year in time to the Halloween night when her sister died, and she's got to save her sister this time around, or risk going back to how things were, I believe. I think that's the catch to this. I'm not really sure, but it sounds amazing. On the back it has rules, and it says rule number 1, never go into the corn maze alone. Rule number 2, nothing good happens on Halloween. Rule number 3, never be distracted by a hot bad boy. And rule number 4, don't die this time. It sounds great. I can't wait to read it. I think she and I are probably going to try to read this together close to Halloween, but it sounds so good. Now, as far as how much I read yesterday, I didn't get a chance to read a lot. It was a really hectic day. And then at the end of the day, I completely crashed. I think it was 9:30 and I was sound asleep on the couch with my youngest son. So I didn't read a whole lot, but I did read 54 pages of The Mystery of Black Hollow Lane. There's not a lot going on right now. It's just setting up the location that she's at, which is this boarding school that's in England. And there's like this mysterious Latin society that people don't seem to really like, but apparently the headmistress or whoever it was that enrolled her signed her up to join the Latin society so that she could help it would help with her academics in some way. That's all so far. Other than that, unfortunately, I don't have any updates. So today is going to be a very chill day, and we are planning on just washing laundry and playing video games and reading. That's my plan, at least. I want to read. So I'm going to work on getting to page 100 of The Mystery of Black Hollow Lane, and then I'll probably take a break from it, and I'm going to jump over to The Vanishing Stair, and I'm on like page 80 something of this one. I'm going to try to get to page 150, and I might just jump back and forth, or if one of them starts to really pick up, I'll just stick with one. I'll just kind of go with the flow today and see what happens. That is all that I have for now, and I will catch you guys in a little while. Good morning, friends. It's Monday. I never checked back in yesterday. No particular reason. I just never thought to do so. I finished this last night. I actually stayed up kind of late to finish it. Well, late for me. It's not really that late. I think I was asleep by 11:30. But I finished this. I have to say, to me it felt like it read more like a young YA rather than a middle grade. But overall, this was an excellent book. I read this all, well, majority of this yesterday, and I absolutely loved it. The story is mysterious. There's a secret society, and it's this school that's got hidden passages and stuff like that. And to me, it had a very Harry Potter feel to it without magic, but add in that dark academia vibe, and I absolutely loved it. It was so good. So the main character, Emmy, gets transferred to a boarding school in England that her father attended. And her father has been missing since she was 3, and she has no idea if he's alive, if he's dead. Everybody believes that he's dead, and she has no idea. And so whenever she gets there, she wants to like find out information about her dad because, you know, he went to that school. And so it's really about her learning stuff about her dad and going to this school, and it's very like slice of life, follow her doing the things that she does at the new school and making friends and enemies in some cases. And also like learning about secret societies, and I don't know, it was really good. I had a really good time. It's only 300 pages, so it's not that long, but it's very captivating. And I have to say that it's very enjoyable read, especially if you enjoy dark academia and you enjoy like middle grade, although like I said, this does read like it might be a bit older, but if you enjoy those things, check this book out because it is definitely well worth it. And I want to read the second one. The second one is The Secret of Whitestone Gate. I'm going to get a copy of that here soon so that I can read it. And I'm curious if there's going to be any more or if this is just 2 books. I'm not really sure. I haven't seen anything about a 3rd book, so I have no idea. But that book is fantastic and I highly recommend it. The second book was The Vanishing Stair, and I ended on this, I think, around like page 80 or something on Friday, and then I didn't pick this back up Saturday or yesterday, but I have picked it up this morning and I'm on page 110 now. I have to get groceries this morning, so I'm just going to be listening to this while I grocery shop. And also I'm probably going to sit here for a few minutes and read. I just want to chill for a little bit. Other than that, there's not really anything to check in on because it was a very uneventful weekend other than my Saturday being busy. So yesterday was very uneventful. I guess that's all for now. Hi guys, I'm checking back in for a second. I actually went for a drive to help my kiddos kind of take a nap. Some days they're so high strung I can't get them to take a nap unless we go for a short drive and then go back home and lay down, and then they completely conk out for like an hour or 2. So while I have taken them for a nap and done grocery shopping and everything, I've gotten just a little past the 50% mark of The Vanishing Stair, and so far it's really good. There are some turns being taken with the story of like Truly Devious, because she's still researching that story. So there are some turns being taken with that, and then another mystery that's kind of going on behind the scenes at the school with just the main character and her friends. There aren't any like huge developments that are going on right now, but I just thought I would check in and let you guys know that I have made it to the 50% mark, and well, a little past. I'm trying to finish it today. I would actually like to finish it today. I'm not trying to rush it. I'm actually listening to it at a low speed, just kind of taking my time and enjoying it, but I would love to finish it today just because I'm enjoying it so much. And that's something else I forgot to tell you guys. The Mystery of Black Hollow Lane, the narrator for the audiobook does accents. So there's like Scottish accents and British accents, and then just regular American accents. So it was really neat to hear all the different accents, and I did rate that book 4 stars. I think that overall, I loved how atmospheric it is, especially if you're wanting just a really light-hearted dark academia book, because it's not going to be as heavy as an adult, obviously. There were times where it felt just a little tedious because it is a bit repetitive with some of the information that you're getting, and so it felt kind of redundant at times, that like, okay, we know this information, we don't have to keep going over this every single time the main character wants to talk about, you know, what's going on with her. So like, there were just times where I was like, can we just like not talk about this? And other than that, I really loved it. So 4 stars, and if you want something to read during the fall that is kind of creepy but at the same time lighthearted, check it out because it's fantastic. I don't think that there's much to catch up on. I did bring my tea with me because I brewed it and then had to leave almost immediately. This is actually Irish breakfast tea mixed with it was a new herbal tea I got today. It's like hibiscus with orange and rose in it. So I put them together because this cup is like huge. I made a regular cup in it yesterday and it didn't even fill it halfway. So I just filled it all the way today and put 2 tea bags in it. But it's amazing. It tastes fantastic. Okay, that's all for me. I'll catch you guys in a little while. Good morning, friends. It is Tuesday, and I'm going to close out the vlog now. I was going to close it out last night, but my kids decided that they were just like in crazy mode last night, and I could not talk over them. So I decided that I would just do this morning. So anyway, I have about 100 pages left of The Vanishing Stair, and honestly, it is getting so good, and I am so curious what's going on. The mystery just keeps building and building, and the new pieces come together, and then it's just like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out, and I feel like I'm getting a pretty good idea that the case in the past, like who actually did it, because like the whole thing is that it's a cold case, that they never really found out what happened to the daughter, and they never, like the wife does turn up, but they never found out what happened to the 3-year-old daughter, and Truly Devious was never found. Like that whole situation, there was somebody who was convicted, but nobody believes that that's who actually did it. So I'm just trying to piece together myself what's going on, and as we've already discussed in these situations, I suck at this, but I feel like I'm getting a handle on what might have actually happened, and I can't wait to find out if I'm right. I don't have the 3rd book. I actually just ordered the 3rd book a couple days ago, and it's supposed to be mailing out. It was supposed to mail out yesterday, might mail out today, but I'll have it soon. So I might not be able to start the 3rd one just yet. I might have to wait a few days to get my copy, which is a bummer because I'm going to finish this and I'm dying to know what's going on. And I think that some of the new characters that have been introduced in this book, I feel like there's some secrets going on with those people, and I feel like I know what it is, but again, I'll just have to see, because I might be completely wrong, which might be the case, I guess. I never know. But I'll let you guys know whenever I start the next reading vlog how this book ends. Well, not specifically, no spoilers, but I'll just let you guys know what I rate it. Most likely 5 stars. Right now, that's what it's leading up to, but I'll update you guys after I finish it. Other than that, we've already talked about, I finished the Black Hollow Lane. Really good book. Highly recommend. I have no idea what I'm going to read for the rest of the week. I've got, I think, 2 books that I'm reading physically that I don't have an audio for. One of those is a buddy read, and I need to get caught up on that because I'm still a little behind. And I've got, I was reading The Keeper of the Lost Cities, and I haven't picked that back up in a while, and I was really into it, so I might try to do that this week. I do have Nevernight by Jay Kristoff with me, and I have been wanting to read this for a while. I actually started it. I only read like, I don't know, 5 pages. I didn't read much. But I'm thinking about reading this week. I do have the opportunity to get the audio for this through the Libby app. So if I do pick this up and decide to read it over the week, I'll talk to you guys about it on Friday. I never know. I might completely change my mind and go a completely different direction. Ever since starting this series, I've been wanting to go back to the Diviners series. I read the first one by Libba Bray, and I have the second one, The Layer of Dreams. I even have it with me in my bag, but I just don't know if I want to get invested in that because it's a pretty long book, and I know that it's really good, but I just don't know. I'm not sure. I've just been feeling like reading that book lately just because this one gives me vibes, kind of like the same vibes as the Diviners series. But anyway, I'm rambling. I don't have anything else to tell you guys. Whatever I do decide to pick up and read, I will probably finish by Friday, so I will be sure to let you guys know how I feel about The Vanishing Stair, and then whatever else I happen to pick up, I'll chat about it with you guys come Friday. And until then, I hope that you have had fun hanging out with me, and I will catch you in the next one, guys.